Good evening, YouTube. Hi, Delano Silver. Today's topic: gardeners, enthusiasts, composters, whatever you may be, growers, commercial growers. Today's topic is going to be these two subjects. This one is sentimental to me. This is a very, very, very voluptuous, special girl right here. This can support bluegrass, any plant species. I developed this in 2008. No, a little further back than that. I think it was 2006. This is around the time when I started working with Trent Williams at Brown Implement in Georgia. This is that particular compost that I made a video about, composting with Growstars. This is the Hotch stuff that I was talking about. It's not. It's actually composted earth, composted soil. Took native Florida soil. As you can see, it's scattered throughout. Some biochar in there. Horse manure, leaf mold, you name it, it's all in there. And that's what this made. That's what this is made of. You can see the video on YouTube. You can go at it and see it in its rough form. And this is what it is after I mill it down through a 1/4-inch screen. This is the end result. Well draining, moisture retention, squeeze it, and it goes back into its normal state. Long lasting. And it took me about 4 months. 4 months to actually break it, re-break it, recompost it, add some other ingredients I'm not going to get into. But moving on to the new subject and my voluptuous darling. Now, when I worked at Brown Implement with Trent Williams, I stumbled upon this by accident. And what sparked my interest, I'm just going to give you the whole truth. I called myself being a carefree purchaser. And what that entails is, I just go to a store and buy a product and use it, and it's going to do miraculous things. So I went and bought about $1,200 worth of Miracle-Gro potting soil. Why did I go and buy $1,200 worth of Miracle-Gro potting soil? At the time, I was trying to cultivate marijuana in Georgia. True story. And every seedling that I started, now mind you, those seeds wasn't cheap. Every seedling was oblong and stretchy and would fall over and die. So one day at work, we had this big pile of peanut hubs, because at Brown Implement, we made animal feed. There's a big pile of peanut hubs, and I happened to see this one gentleman. He go out there and he dug up, and there was red wigglers all throughout it, red regular worms all throughout it. And I said, If worms there, boy, that got to be fertile. So, long story short, that's what sparked my interest in the one plant source material. That was the aha moment. So, and the backstory on this, because at that particular time I was in Georgia, and as you know, in Georgia you got clay soil up there, heavy clay soil. So you wanted to do something that was highly illegal, and you wanted to make do in areas to where you couldn't water that heavy because it's clay soil and it holds onto the water too tight. So you had to break it. What are you going to do to break it? So I started buying peanut hubs and pine bark milled down. Mixed the two together and added peat moss. I just rewoke this up. This was dormant for over a year now. See that little dry spot that I just broke up? Yeah. And once you wake this up, see? That's a dry spot. Once you wake this up, it releases the most sweetest, pungent aroma that you can ever possibly smell. And you got to be passionate about these type of things to actually take the time to actually know this. There's one other person in Georgia I actually showed this particular soil to. His name is Grady Gardner, and my ex-wife at that time. So this is peanut shells. And I improved on this mix when I got to Florida. I added on what they call that, sargassum, peanut shells, red clay, and where is it? Perlite. And let it do its thing. This has been dormant for at least 2 years in this container. I just rehydrated and re-woke up everything in it about 20 minutes ago and stirred it all up to spread out the moisture throughout all of it. Yep, developed this a long time ago. Long time ago. There's also an advanced version of this where it's just peanut shells and all of this is copywritten, documented. Did this a long time ago. Long time ago. Peanut shells and peat moss. Nothing else. And B1. Did this a long time ago. In Lyons, Georgia. And the one dude at the soil testing facility in Lyons, Georgia, I remember the conversation. I don't remember his name very well or off the top of my head. I showed him the results that I got back from the soil analyst lab in Georgia Tech. It's like, oh, you just do you know exactly how you did it, or did you accidentally do it? And when he said it in the way he was going about it, it's like, you don't know what you're doing, and you just accidentally did something, and it happened to work out. And I was like, no, you're wrong. I actually made that soil. And those results that you see at 100% nitrogen, 50% potassium, and 50%, 55% phosphorus is actually, for me, actually building this particular soil in a fashion that I built it in. Yep. Man, she's awesome. Luscious. So, love this soil. This is sentimental to me. This is my hodgepodge. Grass clippings, horse manure, um, leaf mold, weeds. What else I put in this thing? Sea grape, tree chippings, gum tree or gum pine tree chippings, fish carcasses, you name it. I threw it all in there. Didn't care. Biochar, rotted bamboo. Threw it all in there. And that's what this is. Doesn't lose its color. It's evenly dispersed, and it has biochar in it and clay. Yeah, baseball field clay though. It was the only thing I could find at the time. It was plentiful at the recreation center up the street. And that's it. All right, thank you for your time. Delano Silver out.